Alright guys, welcome to Gusto Reactions once again. Thank you so much for always liking, sharing, subscribing, telling everyone about what to do right here at Gusto TV. Thank you so much. We truly appreciate every one of you. Lala is back again with me on Gusto Reactions, and it's back to back for the Udogu himself, Burna Boy.
Yeah, some people, most people will say I was expected because it looks like that was what they were gunning for.
Yeah,
that's what they were gunning for, and then they've got it again. They've got a nomination again. So
Grammys.
Here we are again.
Here we are again talking about Burna Boy and of course the Grammys.
Yes. So I think he's made it a goal for him to achieve, and the guys at his team at Atlantic are working towards that. Seriously working towards that. So yeah. Another Grammy nomination, the only Nigerian, with all the talks of this one for Grammy, this one being considered for Grammy, the Grammy himself, so he's gotten the Grammy nomination again. Okay,
Burna Boy with the Grammy nomination, how did it happen this time around? This time around, was it fully deserved for him?
Well, was it fully deserved? After the loss of African Giant to Ajadi Kijo's album last year, he was paid, and actually there was a particular track when he was singing Level Up on his new album. He was referencing the loss of a Grammy award that he thought he could have won it. Why didn't he win it? So is it deserved? Twice as well for me, it's still the best thing that's released this year. So it being nominated, yes, I feel it's deserving over any other content that has put in the foot for a Grammy nomination. I think yes, it's deserving. Okay, so Burna Boy actually has a Grammy nomination once again. Two, in 2 years. That's back to back for him. Now, if you say Burna Boy had like a huge chance in 2019 to win the award earlier in the year, do you think he has that much chance with this particular one? Looking at the people he's up against. Well, as Nigerians, majority of these guys we see on the list with him, virtually like a lot of us have not heard of them before. So people naturally you'd feel yes, he has a chance. But then when you start doing your research and seeing some of these guys, there's some of them who had been nominated 7 times. There's a past winner on there. There's also some other guys. If you feel Burna Boy is doing Afrobeats or Afrobeats, those guys are doing Afrobeats. So it's not really be straightforward. As Nigerians would say, but it's not based on that. So, but yeah, we'll be waiting for him as a Nigerian anyway. Okay, let's go to these guys who are up against our very own Udogu, Burna Boy, Damini Eboluwa Ogulu for the World Global Music album, right? At the Grammys, 63rd Grammys. 63rd Grammys. So basically, there's a group called Anti-Ballas. Those guys are, if you just close your eyes and imagine what Fela would have sounded like today, that's what you get from those guys. Those guys' MO is all about being like Fela, music like Fela, jazz, sound and everything. They even have lyrics in Yoruba, and apparently they are based in Brooklyn in the United States. And the musical influences are exactly West African and Cuban. And if you know the history of slavery, you know that Cuban, there's even people that speak Yoruba in Cuba, in Brazil as well. So
for real?
Influences, there's a particular community. You see the names on the street, they're Nigerian names. So those guys, they're quite big in their own regard. They're quite known, and they are really deep in the use of instrumentals.
That's Anti-Ballas.
Anti-Ballas, that's the name. And the name of the album they got nominated for was FU Chronicles.
FU Chronicles.
So if you take a listen, you would mistake it for listening to Fela. Because songs are even titled in Yoruba. So you guys need to check that out. Those are the guys Burna Boy is up against.
There's also Tinariwen.
Yeah, there's Tinariwen. Those guys are Malians, and they are actually past winners of this category. They won it in 2018. Wow. Yeah, so Tinariwen, those are the guys who have won it before. And you may think they are not as popular.
Yeah.
They may not be as popular, but maybe we'll go to that aspect because I did a little comparison with all these guys. But yes, Tinariwen, they're past winners. You'd have to respect the fact that they're past winners. When Burna was up against the past winner, he lost, which was Ajadi Kijo. Yes. He lost to Ajadi Kijo. So this time it is not straightforward.
It's not straightforward at all. Not straightforward.
Then we have a lady called Anushka Shankar.
Anushka Shankar.
Yeah, let me say like Anushka Shankar. So Anushka Shankar, yeah, she's British Indian.
Wow.
And she's also big on the use of instrumental. But between me and you guys, if you listen to that album, Allah, you'll be sleeping. If I was playing it, I'm like in a lane.
Just maybe it's not for you.
Yeah, no, like it's not for Nigeria. Because it's just slow.
We just want to best it, man.
Not every time, no, yeah. This one is just extra slow and so fun.
Yeah.
And Anushka Shankar, the album was Love Letters. That's what's nominated for this category.
Has she ever been nominated before?
Yes, she has been nominated 7 other times.
7 times.
So yes.
Hold off.
Yes.
7 times Anushka Shankar.
Yes, this is her 7th nomination
Whoa.
for the best world album category. So yeah,
that's massive.
She's been nominated so much that she's also looking at winning her first one.
Yeah.
So Burna Boy has only been nominated 2 times. So it's not
exactly.
Not
a lot of Nigerians actually think, oh, Burna Boy was denied. Like I personally don't like the word denied. I mean, it sounded like he deserved this so much that there was no competition, you know, and then he was denied, and so this time around he's surely going to win it. I don't think he was denied actually.
We'll see about that.
Okay,
now.
next.
Then there's also a lady called Bebel Gilberto. She's Brazilian American, and she also was nominated for her album Agora. So that's more of a. She's also a slow. I mean, I listened to a couple of tracks of the album. She's slow. I mean, it's not the Latino vibe that you dance and vibe to. It's just slow melody, and this. I mean, every one of these guys are big on instrumentals. Like the basis of them. I mean, the way the songs progressed was mainly instrumental before the voices now came on board, and it's totally different from what Burna Boy's album is made of, which tries to store. Although yes, he did start the way he started his album in the view of having a world category. I mean, he started with
Yusundo,
and then he also was built with his melodies and instrumentals before he switched to Alarm Clock. You can see the initial instrumental. So he actually also followed through in that aspect before he now switched up in the middle. So yeah, it's not straightforward, but if this was a popularity contest, then Burna Boy definitely would floor these guys.
How?
Totally. Because I did a comparison of their followership on social media and also on Spotify. Because Spotify is one of the biggest streaming platforms and it has readily available data you can always see. Burna Boy on Spotify is clocking almost 3 million listeners on a monthly basis.
Wow.
So considering the fact that the album was released in August, we're in November, clocking December. So even if the album has faded out, I mean the monthly listeners should have gone down a bit, but it's that high.
It's high. Really high.
It's that high. And the other guys, there's Tinari Wen, they only have 275,000 listeners on Spotify. On Instagram, they have 47,000 followers.
Not even up to 100.
Not even up to 100. And they are past winners. Then there's also Anushka Shankar. She has 127,000 monthly listeners on Spotify.
The 7th-time nominee.
The 7th-time nominee. She has 358,000 monthly listeners. And her followers on Instagram is 127,000.
Wow.
That's her followers on Instagram. Then there's Bebel Gilberto, monthly listeners of 544,000. Considering the fact that there's a lot of Latino digital users. If you check their videos from Latin America, you'd be shocked the amount of billions of streams you get. So she's supposed to get more. If she's indeed as big as well, it's not about being big, but she's supposed to have more. On Instagram, she has 64,000 followers. 100 as well. To 100. Then Antibalas with the list, they have 89,000 monthly listeners on Spotify and 14,500 followers on
Antibalas, I didn't know the guys, the Afrobeat guys, the fella guys.
You can call them Fela 2.0. That's what those guys are all about. Burna Boy has 3 million monthly listeners
on Spotify,
and he has 5.8 million followers on Instagram alone. On Instagram
that's
alone.
Popularity over, like in terms of popularity, Burna Boy totally floored them. These guys.
Yeah, now, if it was a popularity contest, then fine.
But is it about popularity? This award, the Grammy Awards for the World Global Music Album, is it about popularity?
It's not about popularity. Well, in a way, it's about popularity. Popularity amongst the Grammy Academy members who are going to vote. Because are they going to really look at quality? If you're not going to look at it, are these these songs are not even in the same. They're not even the same sort of genre of music. They're totally different. We have songs from Indian with Indian vibes. A song from Latin America. We have song from Mali, like they call it the desert blues. Is what they call it in Mali. So they're not the same sort of sound. So you can't judge them based on even quality. That's how it is. It's just based on the people who are registered.
You don't think you can judge them based on quality? Why not?
Because they're not in the same genre of music. I mean, me being a listener, assuming I'm a Grammy Academy member and I'm allowed to vote. So do you feel already in my head? I'm like, this Anushka Shankar kind of sound. I'm not. It's not something I'm going to be interested in. Sound from Mali. It's not something I'm going to be interested in. So this now brings into question if this journey of trying to win a Grammy is really worth it. And at the end of the day, if someone else wins it, are we now going to say yes, he won it because he was the best, or because he was able to gather more votes from the Grammy Academy members who are voting?
So does it mean that if no Grammy Academy member likes Burna Boy music,
he's not winning?
He's not winning.
Of course, he's not winning. He's not winning. Only Academy members are allowed to vote.
Now, what are Burna Boy's chances against these guys?
Well, his chances, if it's Nigerians that are voting, we know that we are 2 million in number. Even if a lot of people are not a fan like that, at least if it's 1 million or 2 million.
For patriotism's sake.
For patriotism's sake, we still
vote.
Yeah, but it's just weird because this. Look at the other categories that there are other award categories. We have the R&B, we have the pop. Pop. At least you're putting
pop songs together.
Songs same genre of music. Like you can judge them based on so this is popularity. But this is the problem I have with this category because it's not. It does even if Burna wins it, it's not even for me. I don't think is a pointer to saying that yes, this is quality work.
No, but one of the criteria
is up against songs from different genres of music.
But Lala, one of the criteria that they actually talked about was 51% originality or something in the album and all of that. So I mean, all of these albums must have met that criteria.
Of course.
Now,
before they even got nominated,
exactly,
they had
considered them and everything. So now Burna Boy has been picked alongside these guys, Antibalas, Anushka Shankar, and the rest of the Bebe Gibeto and the rest of them. Now, Burna Boy's chances for you, they're high, right?
As a patriotic Nigerian, I'll say they're high.
Now, if it doesn't get to win, how would you feel? If he gets to win, how would you feel?
I think I already made up my mind whether he wins or he don't win. People might feel like I'm making up excuses before the time comes, but that's not it. But if you really think about it, is there really something to gain from it? Being up against these other guys who are doing separate type of music. If he doesn't win, obviously it's going to be hot. Nigerians will go about their business, and the same thing that happened last year will probably happen. People will be like, thank God, but I know you never let us hear what. Those kind of comments will still come. I'm expecting them. If he wins, then he will feel he has arrived. That's when the conversation will not start off. Okay, you have won the Grammy, but is it really an indication of being actually the best doing world music? That's what it will look like, because does Grammy really, is that category, do they really give a hoot about world music? Do they have several categories for different sort of genres of music from the world? No, they don't. They just have one category
for the world, for the whole world.
Everybody under the umbrella, which is wrong. Well, that's why I said
it's not wrong. You said it way before now that it is their own industry awards.
Yes, it is.
In America.
As I said, if they wanted to regard other genres of music for what it is and have a Grammy,
probably say Afrobeat.
They should have the African, they should have the Latino, they should have the Indian, Asian. They should have those categories.
So they just put everybody together under one thing.
They put everybody under.
And that's why you cannot really have you can't judge. How do you even judge putting Latino album against an Afrobeat album and all of those things?
But in the other categories, you have R&B albums in there, you have pop albums, you have music videos. Okay, fine, music videos are general, but then you see those other categories, there's like for like in there. Here we have square holes and rectangle boxes, round pegs and round everything. That's what we have here. So it's not balance. So even if he wins it, personally I feel it's not. Let them go and put Afrobeats with Afrobeats. Let them put Asian sort of music, Latino with Latino, even if Latino R&B or soulful music, let them do it that way, so that we know that yes, we're comparing like for like. But this, we're not comparing like for like.
Burna Boy seems to be the only one different from these guys, though. Like in terms of the music,
the sort of music,
yeah,
he is. And Burna Boy's music also has Western influences, if you want to think about it, because yes, he can do the rap thing, he can do the jazz thing on the album. These other guys have the jazz, they have the soulful thing as well. But yeah, Burna Boy, yes, is different. He's different in a way as an artist. The way these guys have gone about doing their albums is totally different from what Burna Boy does.
Okay, so before we go, Lala, we've said it all, and 2021 January, that award ceremony is going to happen, and Burna Boy is going to be there once again to represent. Yeah, exactly. To represent Nigeria, to represent Africa as well. I think yes. Or in that category.
No, the guys from Mali.
Oh, the guys from Mali as well are there. Yes, to represent Nigeria.
Look at the band members of Antibalas. Check their originality. I mean, their what's it called? Their nationality. Because there's a guy speaking Yoruba like it is on that band. You need to listen to it. At the point, you might even think it's Caveman you're listening to. But yeah.
Wow. All right, guys. I mean, it's been a whole lot in terms of Burna Boy Grammys. Second time back to back. Will Burna clinch it this time around, or we are going to have another? Oh, thank God he didn't win it. You know, it would have been this, would have been that. Or we are going to celebrate it. Finally, guys, Burna Boy is a Grammy Award winner eventually.
But then Burna Boy, this is the second time. There's Femi Kuti that the fourth time that they don't win one. So don't get your hopes up yet.
No, but I think the Burna I don't know. The popularity for Burna is just one might eventually, get him that. I think so.
Last year it was even as
Atlantic
popular
record,
as
Atlantic, yeah. But for Angelique Kidjo was there.
They will what's it called for the votes? They will go and lobby for the votes. That's what we. If this category you have to go and lobby for votes to win it, then is it now based on are people not voting on quality or just lobbying?
On lobbying and everything. All right, guys, thank you so much for being there with us today on Gusto Reaction. Thank you. And of course, we want to hear from you. Please keep liking, sharing, subscribing, telling everyone about what we do right here at Gusto TV. We love you, and we'll see you on the next one. Peace.